Hello, future stat students. So, if you're watching this, it's probably because you need advice on how to succeed in this class. So, I'm going to start by telling you what not to do. First, it is currently 4:54, the day before the exam, and I'm very confused. So, first off, if you have questions, especially when there's an exam coming up, don't wait till today to try to reach out to ask them. Do it beforehand. Although I've started studying about a week ago for this exam, there are things that have still been confusing me, and I took the hard route on myself and waited to ask questions. So use the resources available to you. Use her. She always Professor Spoon always tells you that you can email her with questions, so do that. I think my problem is that I feel like I can't express my questions in an email. So take the time to either go to her office hours or to go to the CT sessions if you don't have a class that's conflicting with them. Something that I did to try to succeed in this class, because sadly I have a class that is during the times of the CT sessions, and I work during her office hours, so those are two things that weren't really easy to access for me. And so what I did as an outside resource is that I watched a lot of YouTube tutorials. Not only the tutorials that she puts online for you, and that's another thing that you should definitely do to succeed in this class, is to continue to watch the videos. Watch them over and over and over and over again until it makes sense. I know that they're long, and I made the mistake of for a lot of them only watching them one time until the week of the exam, when you're trying to rewatch them all the time and you're just really stressed. Although some nights you feel like you won't have homework for stats, a lot of the time it'll feel that way, you always have homework for stats. You always want to take the time out of your day to watch the videos or do something, practice it, because this is any math class is a lot of repetition. So if you can take the time out of your day to practice, even if it's for an hour a day, that'll save you cramming before a test or trying to get your lecture notes done before the class. You want to do that all beforehand. When you do all of that beforehand, it sets you up. The second piece of advice that I can offer is to really know your deadlines, because a lot of the time for discussion boards, that was something that I struggled with, remembering the deadline, because I feel I already watched the videos, I already did the lecture notes, I already did the knowledge checks, I feel like I'm prepared for the test. I'm prepared for class. And then it'll be Saturday night and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I have a discussion board due. So stay organized and mark those deadlines on your calendar, as well as do the extra credit, especially on the knowledge checks. On the knowledge checks, if you, a lot of the time I wouldn't get all the questions right on the knowledge check, but I'd get see, that's how my stats career is going. A lot of the time though, I wouldn't get all the questions right on the knowledge check, but I would get an extra credit question right. So even if I had 8 out of 10 on the knowledge check, I'd get 10 out of 10 on the knowledge check, because I would get at least one of the extra credit questions right. So it can't hurt you just to try them. And you just utilize all of those resources, because she's setting you up to pass the class. So do all the extra credit. You should make the corrections on your worksheets. Try to stay on top of that, because if you make those corrections, that's easy points as well. So just try to get all the little points of things that you can do, because a lot of the time you can't do it during if you can't do it during a test. If you're confused or there's something that you just still don't understand on a test, you're okay, maybe I got that question wrong, but I did all of this extra credit, which is why I'm doing that story now. Extra credit, it's easy, just do it. So yeah, honestly, take a chill pill. Don't stress yourself out. Don't get irritable the day before a test like me. It's not fun. Okay, well, I hope this video finds you well, and I hope you're succeeding in this class. And if you're not, just remember, C's get degrees. Bye, friends.